100%.
Absolutely.
It is the ultimate cruising boat. It's highly functional. It has range, it has power. It's drop dead gorgeous. It fills all the functions we need. It is the ultimate cruising boat. Will they use that?
Welcome back to Taiwan. Behind Adi and I is a brand new Fleming 85. This is hull number 6, named Freja, and today is her maiden voyage sailing from Taiwan to the Philippines. We're here to wave them off.
And I will be on board with Nicholas and Johanna with another Fleming colleague to support them on their maiden voyage, to help train with the systems and make sure everything goes well, make sure they're comfortable until we get safely into our next port.
Please continue to follow this story. There's lots more to come.
We're now about 5 years into the project of the Fleming 85. We've got hull number 6 here in the water, and we are really confident that we've built the ultimate cruising yacht, which is what we intended to do. And we can't wait to see what Freja will do and what shores she will visit in the next few years. To work with Nicholas and Johanna has been honestly a real pleasure. They've come over to Taiwan a few times, at least 3 times, just for short visits, but we've achieved so much in that short time. They're really gracious customers. They know what they want, and if you have an option or a choice for them to make a decision, they're so quick at making those decisions, which makes our lives as builders and designers so much easier. Yeah, they really understand the spaces, and they've made some excellent suggestions on how to solve particular problems. The accommodation layout that they've gone for is slightly customized, and they made a lot of those decisions on their own, and because they had a really good understanding of the space, and coming here to visit a couple of times really helped. So they've been really easy to work with, and they've become good friends.
This boat's the most current technology. So behind the lines, behind the beauty of the actual aesthetic of the boat, is some really amazing stuff going on. It's current, it's where yachting is at today. So you know when you sail out, you've got the most up-to-date version of technology on your boat, and I think that's fantastic. For us, that's really exciting. It means, you know, you've got 10 years of just current technology. It's great. It's exciting, really exciting.
I was absolutely blown away with the boat. She is just stunning and next level. It's been a long process, 2 years working, watching Nicholas and Johanna build this, customise their boat. Yeah, to finally get on board her is awesome. You know, I've looked at a lot of photos every week. We get the Friday photos, and we've been watching her progress, and to actually get on board her was really special. Nearly quite emotional, actually.
Well, the difference in this project is that we normally finish the boats to about 90%, 95% complete. So they're all seaworthy with all the systems ready to go, but we rarely do the final fit out, including all the electronics like you see here, and all the final soft furnishings and all the little details. But this boat, instead of being shipped on a ship to our dealers on the other side of the world, this boat we are delivering and handing over here in Taiwan to the customers, Nicholas and Johanna. So we're completely fitting out the boat 100% with all the little details and all their little furnishings and trinkets. And so yeah, it's quite rare that we get to see a boat 100% complete and all finished.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the boat's nimble. It's not a typical displacement type 85-foot vessel. It's extremely nimble. It's got an incredible hull shape, a very fine entry, and it just behaves beautifully.
Adam Evripidou, the naval architect from Norman Wrights and Sons, is here in Kaohsiung, coming to look at Freja, and will be the first time he's seen an 85 in the flesh. It was great working with Adam on designing the 58 and the 85.
I'm Adam Evripidou and I'm a Senior Naval Architect at Norman Wright and Sons. Yeah, it's amazing to be here finally. This is hull number 6 and the first time that I've seen the boat. And the boat exceeds all my expectations. Just the sheer volume of the boat, the execution of all the design by Adi and Duncan. They've done a fantastic job. The quality is exceptional, and we're proud to be part of that. I guess I liken the Fleming brand to brands like the Porsche 911, where it was an amazing car, and everyone knew it at the time. And that car has only been refined over many years, just to be a better version of the first car. And I like to think that the 85 is a progression of the first 55 that Tony Fleming designed. And when you look at the 85, I think you can definitely tell it is a Fleming, which is what we're proud about as well.
So for the first 12 months, our broad plan is Asia. In that time, our first trip from here is straight to Subic Bay. It's a two-day shakedown, if you like. We've got 2 people from Fleming coming with us, one of the owners, Adi, which will be a pleasure. And then we'll say goodbye to them in Subic Bay, and then they will go. We actually have a young crew member joining us in Subic Bay. And from there we'll do Palawan. We'll start getting into the diving. Some fantastic diving in the Philippines. But we're then heading to Malaysia, to the top of Borneo, Malaysia, and then across to Thailand. So we'll spend a period of time in Thailand, and then we'll either come back to the Philippines or go to Indonesia, and then ultimately in this 12 months we'll end up in Phuket, where we will ship the boat to Europe as opposed to taking it ourselves because of some geopolitical problems with getting up through the Red Sea at the moment. Our primary plan is to put miles on the boat. We're not restricted by engine hours. If we run up 10,000 hours or 20,000 hours, it really is inconsequential. For us, we want to see as much of what we can in the world as we can now.
Freja is the result of many hours with Nicholas and Johanna working with Duncan and Adi on their customisation and building the exact boat that they wanted to fit in with their lifestyle and how they use the boat. And this has really come about by them and their journey with a Fleming. This is not their first Fleming, so they've really knew how they wanted to build this boat, and they knew how this boat wanted to operate for them. They had a 55 to begin with for a short period, and then they went into a 65, did some really extensive long-range cruising with that. And they lived on board that boat for months and months, and they really got a feel for what works for them, and they were able to go to Adi and Duncan, but Adi more on the design side of things, but they wanted a cupboard here or this here, and the customization and everything that has gone into this boat is a real testament to them working together, and the end result is perfect for them, and they're going to have many happy years cruising on this boat.
Well, yeah, we have a slightly customized accommodation layout. So we have standard options of 3 or 4 cabin. This one is a 3 cabin, but they wanted to tweak it a little bit to suit their needs. They're a cruising couple. They're very experienced. They've spent a lot of time on their Fleming 65, also called Freja. So they know exactly how they use the boat, how they want to use the boat, what's comfortable for them, what's convenient for them, what's practical for them. So they appointed the accommodations really to suit their needs as a cruising couple. Most of the time it will just be the two of them on the boat with occasional guests. So their master cabin is very easy to access from the salon or from the pilot house. And then they've given themselves a bit more space for that master cabin. And then the forward and guest cabins are slightly differently appointed with a larger shared head and shower. So yeah, it just works really well for them.
I think it's an enormous amount of pride. You can get very focused on looking up close at things on a boat, whether it's to do with cabinetry or nav gear or the mechanics behind the boat, because there's an enormous amount of electrical and mechanics behind the boat. So it's not until you actually walk away and you get 40, 50 meters away from your boat that you can turn around and go, ah. And that's where you really see the overall beauty. And I think that's a feeling of great pride. It's a feeling for me of pride in the brand. I think, you know, the Fleming brand is undeniably an exceedingly premium, strong boating brand.
I think is that, you know, the 85, when you say 85 foot to people, they go, oh, that's a really big boat. It is the big boat, but it's not bigger than what we can handle. While some 85-foot boats will be so big, and even when we stepped on 85-foot boats, we go, wow, this is a lot of real estate on this boat. This still feels cozy. This still feels like home. It's not like we're looking at a space that we don't feel we're going to utilize. We actually feel we're going to get great usage of all parts of this boat. And once again, it is a little bit like a Rolls Royce. You know, it's it's nice. It's not the biggest car, but it's a nice car.
One of the best.
The 85 standard spec is really high. So we've got the twin disc joystick controls, as you see here, on 6 different locations around the boat. Flybridge, port and starboard, aft, cockpit, port and starboard, as well as a dockmate remote control. All of those stations you can also hold the boat by GPS position hold. So it makes it really easy if you're coming into a marina and you want to just stop the boat and get all your lines ready. So like I say, 2 people can handle the boat really easily on their own. We've got solar panels on the roof putting out about 45 amps to charge lithium-ion battery bank. It's got Humphrey electric at-rest stabilizers and interceptors which work together to give you like really great ride control underway and at rest, so the boat can be comfortable when you're at an anchor. Of course, we've got all the mod cons that you'd expect from a luxury boat these days. Fisher Paykel, fridge, freezer. We've got barbecue on the flybridge. We've got a 1-ton capable davit crane which can lift the tender, and it's got an extended boom, so you can actually launch the tender from the port side of the boat or the starboard side. It's a beautifully appointed cruise quarters, just the same standard as all the rest of the boat. It's got a galley, it's got a little lounge area, suite head and shower, and a double bed. I think all is left to say is thank you again for putting your faith and trust in Fleming, and we wish you all the best for many great years and great adventures.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
You definitely did not disappoint us in any way. It's been so much fun working with you both. I really appreciate it.
It's been great.
Good luck, Adi. I hope you have fair winds, smooth sailing, and I'll see you in a few days when you get back.
All right, let's go, Freja.